Welcome back to Rev It Up Bowling. My name is Jayson Robarge, and today we got a ball review for you. What we're going to do today is reviewing the new Hammer Tour V1. So this is the next iteration of the Black Widow series, i.e. being, it is a little bit different, smaller block. Is that tour block. So we're gonna be testing this ball today. What we're gonna be bowling on is our souped up house shot. Same thing we've always done our ball reviews on. I'm gonna be playing from 5 board across the lane, figure out where this ball is happy, and then go ahead and make some changes and try to strike, well, from everywhere. This is the first of the tour balls released using the Black Widow core. They ended up just taking the flip puck out of it, making the core much weaker at a .037 diff versus the originals are at .056. So definitely is a little bit different. What I'm hoping for is this be a nice ball down from the other Black Widows, where if you start seeing a little bit more friction, but you like that classic Black Widow shape, you can go ahead and just ball down from this and stay in the same place. At least that's what the hope is. So we're gonna test that today. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, first shot with the Tour V1. So disclaimer again, we got sick, so we didn't film this last week, but I drilled them almost 2 weeks ago. So I might have had a little bit of new ball syndrome on League on Wednesday, ended up throwing this a game. So I have a little bit of an idea what this ball does, but the cover stock is still fresh, so we're still gonna get a good idea on what this ball does. So we're gonna start going up 5, and we're just gonna transition across the lane and see how it goes. So we're gonna go up 5 and see how it goes. Perfect pocket shot. Yeah, I figured it would hook a little too much. I can throw it harder, but we're gonna go ahead and scoot across the lane, then we'll make some changes like normal. The cover stock on this ball is the HK22 Aggression Hybrid. So, should provide us a relatively cleaner shape compared to some of the other solids that they have wrapped on bowling balls like this. Same thing with the Effect Tour. That one rolled a little bit earlier than this one, but we're gonna find out. One thing about the Effect Tour was it had a lot of continuation. Yeah, to be expected. So what my hope is with this ball, why they developed it, is a lot of tour players have a lot of hand, right? So when they see friction, things like the hook. With a tour ball, you get a lower differential, but still an asymmetric. So again, difference between asym and symmetric. Sims like to continue on the back a little bit more, whereas asyms like to roll a little bit more forward. So this gives you that asymmetric look where it can be used on more friction, but it won't be as promote to roll out and this will provide a little bit more continuation compared to those big Paragon Shadows, Maximum Effect, Mesmerize. I mean, there's so many big asyms out there right now. Move left a little bit more. Oh, wiggly, clean. Yeah, and I did throw this in League. Bowled fairly well with it, to be honest. One thing I did notice is it needs friction. It is not a big core still. It provides some flair for sure, don't get me wrong, but it still needs some type of friction. I threw it on fresh, it just got way too long, and I knew pretty much immediately that this ball was having too much down lane motion because it wasn't burning up some energy. So go ahead and move left a little bit more. Very nice. So this is an asymmetrical ball. The layout I did put on it was a 45 by 5 1/4 by 45. The only difference with it compared to my Maximum Effect was a 5 1/4 inch pin to pat versus the Maximum Effect 6 inch pin to pat. The idea when I drilled these two bowling balls was I wanted the Maximum Effect to be very lopey, very front to back, very rolly, used on heavier volumes. Whereas this ball, I was hoping to create the exact same type of shape, but it can be used on lower volumes. Basically, I can stay in the same place and just ball down from the Maximum Effect or one of my big asyms and go straight into this ball and get a very similar motion just on lower volumes of oil. We're gonna go ahead and keep moving left like we always do and see how the ball looks. Nice. A lot more continuation. I feel like a bigger asym would roll out there. I gave it a lot of room to the right, but yeah, smaller diff, holds a little bit more energy, which is nice. Lower volumes of oil, that's what it's used for, so that's nice. I think I was wrong when I said the diff earlier, .037. It's .034 and a 15. I think the 14s are .037, but I can't remember. Either way, it's small. Nice. So yeah, Definitely can open the lane up a little bit more with this ball. It restores a little bit more energy, so it can create a more left to right shape, which is great. I don't mind it at all. Maximum effect, if you guys watch that video, very front to back, very lopey, right? Still an Asym, but a completely different type of core. All right, keep moving left. So far, the more move left, the better it's look. Nice. I think it's hard. I'm gonna try to get one shimming up the lane a little bit more, try to trap it to the pocket, really aim at that 3-pin. And I wanna test to see if it'll hold the pocket in oil or if it'll just spool up and get offline a little bit. So right where we were, but we're just gonna keep the ball inside a little bit more. Oh, that held so well. Oh, that ball's good. So I'm impressed so far. Now, I did throw it that one game, but it was just the one game. I didn't really get a great idea because it was game 3 house shot, so it's cliff. It was pretty unorganized as far as the lane goes. So I'm happy to see it on some fresh, just see what it does naturally. All right, we're gonna keep trucking left because it's still working. Again, I like to move across the lane to find the out of bounds where this ball feels less comfortable, at least on this shot. All right, did I mean to send it to 3? No. Yeah, it definitely provides a lot more recovery and a lot more continuation on the back end comparative to Asym solids, even the maximum effects being a hybrid. What that also tells me is since it stores a little bit more energy, I can throw it on lower volumes and it should blend the lane out pretty well. I don't know if I've struck so much in the morning before. What do you, I mean, it's 9 a.m. I'm waking up still. Yeah, oh yeah, I did do that. First freeze last night, I took out, I thought all my bowling balls on my car. The one bag I left had the maximum effect and the Tour V1 in it. So when I put my hand in them this morning, oh my God, they were cold. Yeah, don't do that. Do as I say, don't as I do. Yes, we found out of bounds. Woo! Perfect. Now I can play throughout the lane. I just want to finally find the point in which this ball wasn't going to recover. What happened there was I think it just saw so much oil in the mids that it floated a little bit further down lane, got behind the head pin. May also start seeing some carry down now. We did the maximum effect before, so it's probably about, I don't know, 2 to 3 games of total lineage, so probably gonna see some carry down. All right, so I'm gonna move back right. I wanna play kind of to where I was hoping this ball was. Now, my theory or my hypothesis was I can use a maximum effect, and then once that ball starts hooking and I don't want to change where I'm bowling, like with my feet, I can ball down straight to this. That's my hypothesis. I think it's somewhat true. I got to get more games on it, but I do believe there is a ball that can fit in between and the maximum effect, but we'll see. Very nice, very nice. I mean, that was pretty clean. I need a little bit more. I'm not seeing quite as much continuation as I did on the Effect Tour. Now, I did drill them slightly different. I was hoping this ball would roll a little bit more forward. The Effect Tour was pretty continuous for me. This definitely has continuation to it, don't get me wrong. In general, I don't know if it's as much as the Effect Tour. They're pretty close, but. Oh, get the 7 out. Looking good. I really enjoy the tour balls, especially being more heavy-handed. I just know that for me, I enjoy a ball that's clean, but still rolls somewhat forward. I mean, don't get me wrong, symmetrics can sometimes need a little bit more friction for this type of shape to make the corner, so it needs that help. With this one, I just know it's gonna flip over. All right, we'll move a little bit further right. I'm gonna have to start tweaking stuff, so I'm gonna pick my speed up a little bit here. Nice. I don't know if it's the ball making me look good or I'm making the ball look good, but either one, we look good. I might have, I don't know. I didn't turn the scoring on this time. All right, again, we're just trucking across the lane, showing you guys a few different shapes. We're gonna go right again, and again, we're gonna pick up more speed. Still striking. Damn it, James, we're filming. You're good, brother. I didn't even know they were on. Oh, it's over, $2.99. Yeah, so So far, I really enjoy this ball. Where it fits in the category of how much volume it needs and how quickly it responds, right? I would say this is definitely a medium type oil bowling ball. I think it will struggle on heavy volumes, might become a little too quick to respond because it's not burning its energy up, but still Asym. I feel like if it's really dry, massive left to rights may not be its favorite. So all in all, definitely fits in that medium oil category. Needs some friction, but doesn't need too much. And then as far as response time goes, I would say it's medium to slow as far as how quickly it wants to respond. If you polish it up, probably go a little bit more towards that medium. If you give it some surface, probably slow it down a little bit. But all in all, I'd say it's gonna be a ball that's very popular. One, because it's widow, don't get me wrong. Two, I think it's gonna be very versatile for a lot of different bowlers. Even if you're speed dominant with being weaker core and stuff like that, you can just throw an asymmetric type ball on just lower volumes and still get that type of ball shape. All right, let's go ahead and throw 2 more and we'll go ahead and end off the video. We're gonna ace this one. Where are we playing? Any break point? I can pick the break point. All right. So we're gonna go third arrow. Now I just threw that shot, so I think I'm just gonna try to repeat. Third arrow, I wanna try to keep it like just right to that far tracer, so about 8 board, about 43 feet. So we're gonna go 8, we're gonna stand on 19. Very nice. All right, that one I hit 17, I ain't gonna lie, but I did get it to the right part of down lane, so that was pretty cool. So that was the review of the brand new Hammer Tour V1. This ball is out already by the time this video is released. Again, me and Ace got sick, everyone else got sick, it got cold, life happens. So if you guys are interested in picking one up, hop over to your local pro shop or online today and grab one. If you are looking for a very predictable, smooth, continuous type of bowling ball, again, for me, I was looking for that ball down for my big old Asyms. This could be a ball for you. I think it's gonna be great on medium type volume. If it's too much volume, maybe not. If it's too little volume, might burn up a little bit. But for your everyday house shot, I feel like this ball could be money for a lot of people. Now, depending on where you are, who you are as a bowler, it's hard to say and hard to provide definitives. But in general, from what I've seen, very versatile type ball. Can be used at different angles, which speaks towards house shot. So if you guys like this type of ball review, please remember to smash that like button and sub to the channel. We're on our road to 20,000 and we hope to get there with your guys' help by the end of the year. With that said, that was a review of the brand new Tour V1. My name is Jayson Robarge. We're Rev It Up Bowling. Much love, peace.